Hello, everyone. Welcome to Love Amplified. I am your host, Gayla Lawrence, author of Love Amplified, How Caregiving Reveals the Heart's True Capacity. Today, I want to talk about Chapter 3 of my book, Navigating New Walls, Finding the Right Home for Mom. At this point in my caregiving journey, along with my sisters, we came to the realization that we were no longer able to effectively care for Mom at home. You might be going through this as well. You might realize that their disease has gotten to a place where you're not able to care for your loved one at home efficiently. So it's time to transition them to a care facility. I want to read a few paragraphs from chapter 3 of my book and then share some of the key takeaways from that chapter. Medical emergencies became more frequent, and Mom lost the ability to walk. The truth became evident. Love was not enough to keep her at home. Instead, love compelled us to diligently seek the best care for her, even if that meant transitioning her to a nursing home. Successfully vetting a nursing home is another tedious and time-consuming endeavor. We searched online reviews, sought advice from friends and family, and made numerous phone calls. We did as much investigative research as possible, as the only thing we knew about nursing homes were tragedies we heard on the news. Nursing homes generally have a poor reputation. People often view them as lonely places of neglect. But what do you do when that is your only option? You do your research. That's what you do. Once we found a place for Mom, we quickly realized that no matter how many star ratings a facility has, they are only as good as the staff that work there. While you can't control how attentive or compassionate the staff are, you can control how often you visit. Remember, you are crucial to your loved one's medical team. This was something my sisters and I discovered early on. Frequent visits were imperative, so we visited as often as we could. My mom would often say, "Here comes one of my girls," as she heard our heels clicking down the hall towards her room. Here are some of the key takeaways from that chapter. Now, this first one only works, of course, if you have a loved one that has the mental fortitude and the capacity to be able to give you their desires, let you know what they would like in a care facility. So that first one is include your loved one in decision making. Ensure your loved one's input in choosing a care facility. It's important to acknowledge their needs and preferences, even if the final choice differs from what you initially envisioned. So, of course, you are the primary person and you have to make the decision. However, if you're able to include them, you should do that. Get their input. Secondly, the importance of advocacy. As a caregiver, you are your loved one's advocate. Being observant and proactive in ensuring their dignity and rights are supported and receiving the best care possible is crucial. You are your loved one's voice. They have their voice, but you are their voice as well. You are their advocate. It's important that you stay involved, stay engaged. Regular visits matter. Frequent visits to the care facility or nursing home are beneficial and a priority. Your presence assures your loved ones that they are not alone, and it keeps the staff accountable for the quality of care they provide. It's important that you visit often. It's important that you advocate for your loved one, and it's important that you include them in the decision making. I hope some of these tips were helpful to you, and those of you who are now in that part of your caregiving journey where you have to find a care facility, don't let anyone shame you into keeping them at home if you know that you really don't have the capacity to care for them efficiently for their own good. You have to transition them. So, if you need some help, if you need some tips and some guidance, some resources, reach out to me. Leave your information in the chat or send me a private message. If you have any comments or questions about today's video, please leave it in the chat. Thank you so much for watching and allowing me to join you on your caregiving journey. And as always, amplify love.